got into a fight, and I feel so broke up. I wanna go home. So hoist up the John B. sail, see how the mainsail sets, call for the captain ashore and let me go home. Let me go home. I wanna go home. I feel so broke up. I wanna go home. First mate, he got drunk, broke in the captain's bunk. Constable had to come and take him away. Sheriff John Stone, why don't you leave me alone? I feel so broke up. I wanna go home. So hoist up the John B. sail, see how the mainsail sets, call for the captain ashore and let me go home. Let me go home. I wanna go home. I feel so broke up. I wanna go home. Poor cook, he caught the fits, threw away all my grits. Then he took and he ate up all of my corn. Let me go home. I wanna go home. This here's the worst trip I've ever been on. So hoist up the John B. sail, see how the mainsail sets, call for the captain ashore and let me go home. Oh, let me go home. I wanna go home. This here's the worst trip I've ever been on. And I feel so broke up. I wanna go home. Alright, so today's another special day. Today I'll be celebrating my late grandfather's birthday with some songs that remind me of him. He was a very special man in my life and probably one of the biggest father figures I had growing up. He was always there for me and my family, and he was a great example of what a man should be. He was hardworking. He loved his family, his brothers, sisters, his children, his grandchildren, and especially his wife. He made me tough. He taught me how to use tools. He taught me how to be patient when I was working on whatever I was working on. Taught me how to fix things and taught me how to be patient. You know, I had a really hard time with rushing through my work and making mistakes, and he taught me how to slow down and taught me how to be a good worker. And he was he had a lot. He worked his butt off his whole life and had a lot to show for it, and yet he was still one of the most humble guys I ever knew. And that was something I recognized, and something that I always wanted to, that was an example I always wanted to follow. He had a big impact on my life, and I think about him all the time, you know. He did a lot for me. He gave me every opportunity I needed to be successful. He was very encouraging. He paid for me to go to school so that I could have the good career that I have today, and that's given me everything I've been able to work for myself. And I knew he was proud of me. I worked hard, and I worked hard for him, and I really appreciated everything he did for me. So hope you enjoyed these songs, and yeah, thank you. Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Nighttime would find me in Rose's cantina. Music would play and Felina would whirl. Blacker than night were the eyes of Felina, wicked and evil while casting a spell. My love was deep for this Mexican maiden. I was in love, but in vain I could tell. One night a wild young cowboy came in, wild as the West Texas wind. Dashing and daring, a drink he was sharing with wicked Felina, the girl that I love. So in anger, I challenged his right for the love of this maiden. Down went his hand for the gun that he wore. My challenge was answered in less than a heartbeat. Some young stranger lay dead on the floor. Just for a moment I stood there in silence, shocked by the foul evil deed I had done. Many thoughts raced through my mind as I stood there. I had but one chance, and that was to run. Out through the back door of Roses I ran, out where the horses were tied. I caught a good one, it looked like it could run. Up on his back and away I did ride, just as fast as I could from the West Texas town of El Paso, back through the badlands of New Mexico. Back in El Paso my life would be worthless. Everything's gone in life, nothing is left. It's been so long since I've seen the young maiden. My love is stronger than my fear of death. I saddle up and away I did go, riding alone in the dark. Maybe tomorrow a bullet will find me. Tonight nothing's worse than this pain in my heart. And at last here I am on the hill overlooking El Paso. I can see Rose's cantina below. My love is strong and it pushes me onward. Down off the hill to Felina I go. Off to my right I see 5 mounted cowboys. Off to my left, right, a dozen or more.
the white